All right, what's up, guys? So this video was recorded like before we got the news that they're pushing Meliodas banner back. But the thing is, this video still has merit to it because this was more so a rant about Netmarble constantly messing up and how people just shouldn't be surprised at this point. But yeah, so I just kind of want to put that disclaimer at the beginning of the video. We do know that Meliodas got pushed back at this point. Anyways, enjoy.
How's it going, guys? It's your boy Ark here, back with another Grand Cross video, and today I'm joined with Ignant and Trocho. Introduce yourselves. Hello, it's Ignant here.
Hello, it is I, Trocho.
And today we're going to be talking about the Assault Meliodas drama.
Okay, so there's been a lot of stuff with Netmarble's global release that they promise to do things, promise to fix things, promise to better things, and they don't do it. There's also a lot of issues that's happened with global's release. And everything just builds up, and with Assault Meliodas releasing, when there's other festivals still going on, it just broke the camel's back, and there's a lot of issues today, and that's what we're going to be talking about. You guys want to start it off?
Yeah, I'll go ahead and start off since mine's kind of the someone that's played another Netmarble game. So I feels weird saying this all again, but I'm kind of like in the mindset where I see why people are upset. It's understandable. But I also don't see it as that big of a deal, and I definitely think the stuff is a little bit overblown because they've done worse stuff than this like ages ago in global as well. And so I want to point this out. I played another Netmarble game called King of Fighters All Star, and I've just kind of seen this coming for like a while now because KOF, the Japanese version was out for a year before they released the global version, and global kind of did a similar thing that Grand Cross is doing. But Global just like slapped out banners like crazy, and then they kind of synced them in a way where like JP would get a banner, and then Global would get that banner like a week later, pretty much. Similar to Blazing, but not exactly the same. And so for perspective, Tekken Collab came out of Japan. Tekken Collab was out for a week for Japan, and then the same collab came to Global within that next week, as they're still running in Japan and stuff like that. So like they kind of do that, and the global gets some units first, like Geese Howard. They came to global, and keep in mind these units are like mega ultra power creep for global, compared to the Japanese version, and it's also a PvP game as well. So this is not very non-Netmarble of them to do, and I know some people are upset because there's like multiple fest banners up at once right now. King of Fighters has done that plenty of times as well, where they have up to like 4 different fest banners going on at one time. And it's I don't know if they still do it because they kind of have like a different banner system, but they would have like 4 different fest units up at one time just running all at once. So like I said, I kind of just saw this coming. This is a very Netmarble thing of them to do. So like, well, I see why people were mad, but I just don't think it's that big of a deal. I guess because I came from the King of Fighters like aspect of it. But that's just pretty much all I have to say about it until like we talk about some later things. So carry on.
Got any words for us, Trocho?
So, I don't like Netmarble. I do and I don't. I think there's good parts of Netmarble. Like, they seem to kind of care, but at the same time, they don't. So, I'm gonna just talk about the Content Creator Club because we've been like dicked down by Netmarble for a lot longer than general players in terms of like broken promises and no communication and stuff like that. So, the player side, you guys keep getting newsletters, and we've gotten these newsletters since JP was it was just JP, no global, where they would say, okay, you guys don't like these problems, we're gonna fix them, and everybody sucks off Netmarble because, oh look, they're listening, and they never do. At most, what they do is they introduce a problem, they monetize the hell out of it, and then like a month later, they make it more free-to-play friendly, but at that point, why does it exist? Why does Super Awakening exist? It's so much better compared to when it came out, but at this point, why even have it? They can't take it away, though, because people have spent actual money directly on Super Awakening coins. Remember when they had that like 100 and what? Was it 120 gems and like 3 Super Awakening coins for like $100 or something? Yeah. Like, Super Awakening, why does it exist? Same with the gear cosmetics. Ignant and I, actually, months, or even like a year ago, when Valentine's Day on JP came out, I made a video bashing Grand Cross because I didn't like the direction they were going. Everything Ignant I said in that video has come true. This is just Netmarble doing things. And on the content creator side of it, we would get 100 gems, 30 gems, and I've heard some people got 0 even though their names are on the site. And that's all we were told. We were told we're going to get hoodies, we're going to get invited to special events, we're going to get gems, we're going to get other in-game items, and yeah, we got no communication. I think the first email they sent to us was Ignant getting banned from the Content Creator Club after like months, and I don't even know if they're still doing it.
Yeah, I don't think they've updated it well. So like literally like you said, the first email we ever got from Inno. Keep in mind they said they're like keep in contact with us and like we could send them feedback and stuff like that as part of the program and stuff, right? We never got a single email outside of me being kicked from the program for selling my account on Twitter. That was literally the first form of communication we ever had, and then nothing after that either.
I think we got a couple emails from community managers saying they're going to talk to Netmarble, but that's about it. We never actually. That was the first email from Netmarble that we got.
Yeah,
which
it's not a good look. That's the only thing is when it comes to like something dealing with their money. That's like the first thing we ever got anything from them.
Yeah,
and
so Netmarble has been.
Miko tried relentlessly to contact them and tell them issues he had, stuff like that, and they just never responded. Like that man just gave up at one point.
Yeah, because they just don't care, and that's the problem. Is because we were such a small group of content creators, it was like, what did it matter if we all just stopped? Which I mean, again, I think they did. They, you know, going back to the hoodies, the content creator tournament, how they advertise, the post is still up. You can still go see. As of recording, they promised 2 hoodies. Everyone got one, all the exact same size, even though you would submit your size you want. Netmarble is pretty garbage when it comes to everything, basically. And it's infuriating, because I do like the general concept of Grand Cross, but they just keep promising things and failing to deliver. And I get why Assault Melee is, the tipping point of everything, but at the same time, it's like Grand Cross has been messing up for a very long time. I don't get why a pretty tame issue like banner releases, which okay, banner releases are pretty bad, but Super Awakening, again, it's like the worst thing the game has done. Anniversary was garbage. Why is this one like the one that everyone is upset about? But anyways, I've probably about my part long enough. Back to York.
I think with Super Awakening, I think the reason why Global didn't get upset about Super Awakening is because we got the revised version that was better than what it was when it released. So I think Global's fan base was like, okay, this isn't that bad. We're not going to say anything about it.
Which the funny thing about that is, after they quote-unquote fixed Super Awakening, there's like 0 point in it being in the game now. It's just like, you could have added extra levels to the characters. It would have been the same exact effect at this point. But now you just have to summon like extra dupes and stuff like that to get it done properly, right?
Yeah, Super Awakening is just another way to monetize their game. Which, I forget who said it, but they said Grand Cross was incredibly free-to-play, but they monetize every free-to-play aspect of the game. I can't remember who said that. Was it Seaton? Or
I thought it was Tectone, wasn't it?
Tectone? No. This is a recent thing that I saw. It might have been Tectone, but it was. I recently saw it where every single aspect of the game is incredibly free to play, but they monetize every single free to play aspect of the game. Mm-hmm. And that's just how they do. And it is very annoying to play as a free to play player because you never really know. I guess now you can't even tell what the release schedule is, and when they just introduce things for no reason. Like back when cosmetics came out, I made a rant video on it, and I got attacked relentlessly for it. And I got attacked by so many people for making that video. And I said, no, if we let this slide with Netmarble, they're going to introduce another even bigger system for adding additional CC to your character. For
like
nothing, and then Super Awakening came out.
So. Even in VC, he would get attacked. Everything. Oh, Trocho think the world is ending, and then everything turned out to happen.
Yeah, I was right. I was the original person who bashed Greg Cross back when we were still in the good days when Smallishes came out and I got attacked. He didn't even attack me for it.
What worries me with Super Awakening is that there's still, I think there's 2 more stars they can add. And with how costly Super Awakening for one character is, you have to complete at least 1 tower for get 1 character. I'm worried for when they start to release even more to advertise even more. Because we know they're going to do it eventually. It's going to happen when we get those 2 extra Awakening stars and it just gets way too costly for free-to-play players.
You remember they released Tower for the first time, and that's supposed to be the free way to get the Super Awakening stuff, but you had to have units Super Awaken, and you had to have specific units to actually do it, or else it'd just be complete and utter RNG for you.
Oh yeah, and this was back when Super Awakening you needed dupes, so you could only beat Tower with a 4/6 Lost Vein Meliodas. You were not. It was so. I think Cuda did it with like a couple Commandment teams, because Cuda's like he's a different breed. I don't get what that man is on, but he's on something. But you couldn't really do Tower, especially the first Tower with Escanor. It was like impossible to do to get those final Super Awakening coins if your Lost Vein Melee didn't already have 4 Super Awakening stars, and you couldn't get him to 4 Super Awakening stars if he wasn't at 4 to 6.
And this is when Fest units were 0.25% chance to get, and he was only on one banner when this tower came out. I believe it was one banner, right? Or was he on the second one? I think it was just one at that time.
At the time, it was 2 because didn't Super Awakening come out with Liz?
Yeah.
So yeah,
Oh, yeah.
it was 2.
Tower came out during the anniversary, right? Or somewhere like shortly after.
I think it was around then. Yeah.
Yeah. Something I want to note is that Lost Vein's original banner for free-to-play, yes, Lost Vein was actually really good, but his banner by itself, personally to me, looked like really shit is probably the good word for it. No value, really.
Which is funny because the JP banner was just absolutely and utterly stacked when he first came out. Like, that was just a must-summon banner, even if Lost Vein was like the worst unit in the game. Because there's just so many good units on that banner.
Yeah, but on Global, it was not a good banner for people, which I'm so happy we didn't get. Global is, with all this happening, with Super Awakening coming, we're basically getting all these updates that are, we don't have to go through the rough phase of the updates as much. Which is good for Global, but at the same time, it still shows, oh, look what they did, look at the shitty system they introduced. Look at how they monetized it. Look what you had to do to actually get the free-to-play aspect of it. It's just like when cosmetics first came out, cosmetic upgrade materials first came out. From my knowledge, cosmetic upgrade materials, the best way to get them, and they even be able to have a chance in ungeared and top tier, if you were not paying money, you did not survive very well against anyone else.
Yeah, because wasn't it the only way you get them was doing hell raids, and then it's completely RNG how many you got or even you got them at all. But there was a pack in the shop that you could just buy and get like 15 of each or something like that.
And I'm pretty sure the pack in the shop you can actually buy as many times as you want.
Yeah, I can't recall exactly how it was, but I know that was like the big issue. It's just like either you grind for days and days and pray to the Lord that you get it, or you just pay like I think it's like $20 or something for like 15 or each. And you can just do it however many times you want it.
Yeah, about that though, it took about like 4 days for us to realize it didn't actually matter. Cosmetic stuff is really just CC based to help you go first, but it only adds like 400 or something to your character or something like that. Like back when it first came out, I forget who did it, but he maxed an entire unit and gained like 400, 500 CC. But it was just kind of why have it? And yeah, you weren't guaranteed drops back then either. You could do 6 hell raids and get like actually 0. And then you could just go spend $10 and get it guaranteed. Also, I want to talk about the Lost Vein banner again. Just backtrack real quick. This is another example of Netmarble being kind of shady with stuff. Remember how we would vote for the units we wanted on the banner to be...
Mm-hmm. And it looked very sus because there's units that people, quote unquote, people are voting for that no one within their right mind would actually vote for.
Like, even if it was rigged, not rigged, that's not the point. Every unit was at 0.25, and they did put the top 3 voted units on the banner, and then the entire top 10. And they did that on Global too, I think, where they voted, you vote for units, and it doesn't even matter if you vote for the units or not. They're going to put them on the banner anyways, and they're going to be at a garbage rate. When you feature units on a banner, Lost Vein and the 3 other units should have been at 0.35. Like, there was no reason for us to even vote on that thing, other than that Marvel just wanted to
act like they're a good company and cared and stuff like that.
Yeah, basically.
Grand Cross Goat.
It's like well, speaking of the publicity, like they did that for publicity. Their ratings going down right now. They're going to have to do something for publicity to try to show that they care and to give something back. It's because it's just bad publicity for them. So they have to do these things that make them seem like they're good in the public's eyes, and they're actually a good game for all these new players to come in and actually a good company.
I mentioned the Google Play thing because I didn't even know that was a thing until you told me that today about the rating stuff.
Oh yeah, no. If with Google Play, it's some apps have it, but a lot of apps that if you just get like if it's just a bad review after bad review and it goes down from a high amount of stars to like 1 star, Google Play has been known to take down apps after that, and it gives what happens is that with Google, you have a developer, you have a good and bad standing, and if your app gets forcibly taken down because of TOS, you get moved to that bad standing where they're gonna put a lot more reviewers view on you from now on, where you get apps up or not on the store.
Yeah, it's just a mess, but like, it's just so many things they've done that are just, it just kind of like, it just doesn't surprise me when they do stupid stuff at this point. Because like me and Trocho, we were kind of the it was Trocho originally. I was like, oh no, you're just crazy. Then like a couple weeks after, I was like, oh wait, Trocho's onto something. And then like everyone's kind of just mock us and stuff, or like picking stuff that they're doing wrong. And then as time goes on, it just got worse and worse and worse, especially in global side.
I want to state, I'm gonna state that Trocho wasn't the first one. The very first person was Noir saying, I know Netmarble, and they're gonna fuck this up.
No, this was Valentine's Day of last year, when everybody was cockriding Netmarble, and I'm like, yo, I don't like this. I think Nolar mentioned it when it came out, and he said, oh, it's a Netmarble game, but he didn't actually have any issues with the game. He had an incident when Global came out, but no, this was like, I bashed it when it was JP.
Okay, yours was a few months back. Okay, my timeline's messed up right there. It's my bad.
Mine was like 8 months before.
Yeah, my timeline's
like
messed up there. My bad. I have, as you can see here in the video, I have a few forums pulled up. This one's here. This one's promising. This is talking about how they promised the updates and everything, and how they're going to improve the game, and they want to take our opinions and feedback seriously and build upon the game for that. This is one of those false promises they have. Many false promises, actually.
Yeah, it's like when I see those dev notes now, I'm just like, yeah, you're just full of crap at this point, because we were in the content creator program and stuff. Which, let's not even talk about the fact there's people who bought it subs and people that got banned on the game multiple times and stuff that's in that content creator program. Let's not mention all that stuff. But they just they told us a bunch of stuff and kind of just sugared us up, and then they did nothing with it. Like, when it came to like the 100 gems and 30 gems stuff, like we kind of just discovered ourselves that there's tiers to it, because they didn't discuss any of that with us at all. It was just kind of just like, oh wow, I got 100 gems in my box for the month, and that was another thing. We didn't know how often we're going to get the gems either. We had to figure that out ourselves as well. And then like we're just supposed, oh, we got 100 gems, let's go. And then the other people like, wait, I only got 30, and they're like, oh, there must be tiers to this. You know, like they just didn't give us any information on anything. They're just like, oh, you're in a creative program, and just did nothing with it.
If we, speaking of them not promising, if we go to the 11/18 dev notes here, this is with, the release schedule right now. They state here that they understand that we have a problem with the rapid release schedule, and that many of us have fatigue from it, and that they want to improve upon it and make sure the release schedule is better. But you see here, they released Lucial, then they released the King's Banner, and then they released the Arcane just right afterwards. Then they released, of course she's not a good unit, but a Festival unit in Elaine, and then now they're going to release Insult Meliodas next week. Which, by the way, a month after that, they're also going to be dropping the 1 for anniversary. It's just we got so many of these festival units in a row, which did happen on JP, by the way. They also done JP. I think the basically was it 5 or was it 6 festival units just straight in a row.
Not just exclusive, not fest.
Yeah,
just
exclusive. It was like you had the KOF banners in there, which was wild because that was 4 exclusive units, and in one banner. You had the Halloween stuff. I think wasn't Shin and Roxy part of it as well
Yeah,
as the
Halloween, Shin and Roxy didn't go up there.
And then there's a Fest banner in there. I think it was King. And then who was the other one? I forgot what the other banner was.
Lilia Mono.
Yeah, it's just like back to back to back to back, just exclusive units. Now, granted, some of them you didn't need, but it's still just the fact that they're exclusive units that don't come back often. It was just wild.
Yeah, that's really a big problem with the Result Melee comes in, because they know, like, they've acknowledged the thing about rapid release, and then where's, like, Red Fat King? Where is he? Is he ever coming out to Global? No, is he just, they forget?
The summer
Liz?
units?
Jericho? Easton, Valenti, they could have released so many other units before Soul Melee, but they just decided, no, we just don't care about the player base, which I don't get why people are only realizing that now. Been out since It's literally been here since the game has
You're
come out.
JP only.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, so I understand gold player. If you don't pay to JP, first sign was literally week 2 was when Bond's banner came out. And then the banner advertised and promised to put him in the general pool afterwards, what it said on the banner image. But then they waited an entire week to come out with the next news saying, sorry, that was false, we removed that and corrected it. But it was still up for a week with people was hoping and knowing and thinking that he's gonna go in the general pool, that's a good thing.
Yeah, when we first saw that, when it was in like the data mines and stuff, like, okay, that's actually really sick for global, because then you could just casually pull the coin shop units randomly in like the unfeatured pool. But because like Red Gother was like the best unit in the game for a long time, and he's still like top 10 unit, like in every meta at least. And it was like, yo, you could probably pull Red Gother off a banner just randomly. And then it's just like, oh, it's just a translation error. After the banner left, they commented on it, which was really bad.
Yeah,
Translation errors. I forgot about those.
Yep, there was they blamed on translation errors. I want to quote Seaton here. Like Seaton said this. He said, Global's job is to either be exactly like JP or be better. And that is what Global is, what the Global version is supposed to do. It's supposed to be either, okay, you copy JP's or you improve upon
Okay,
JP's.
fellas, I think this video is invalid now.
Wait, what? Oh.
Oh, wait, did they just release some news? Okay, hold on.
Yeah.
Oh, new hero release schedule change. Hold on, let's review this. After reviewing your valuable feedback regarding Meliodas, we will adjust the hero's release date.
Ark, fuck it. Cancel this video. Make
I
make a new video.
Upload it. I think we should upload it still, just to like, you know, this is a Netmarble type thing to do, right? And this is there's been ongoing issues for a while,
Okay.
right? I think there's still like merit to this video in a way.
Yeah, I mean, it still shines upon Netmarble's multiple problems, so I still think
Yeah,
it's a
which
good
I mean, so this is just a Netmarble issue video, which I'm all down for. Again,
Yeah.
Netmarble's just, dude.
All right, so
Alright, let me just stop recording.